We're living in a time where instead of CDs or cassette tapes, people are listening to music only online, on their phones, downloading digital music. So I want you to be able to speak about this topic with confidence and not feel nervous. So, are you ready? Well then, let's jump right in. All right, the very first word that I want to teach you related to music streaming platforms is soundtrack. Good. Again, soundtrack. Excellent. Now, what is a soundtrack? A soundtrack is a list of songs used in a particular film, video game, or other media, right? A list of the songs. So, for example, I remember the movie The Lion King, right? Maybe you've seen The Lion King years ago when I was about 9 or 10 years old. That's when The Lion King came out. And I remember there were so many songs in the movie. I want to be a mighty king and everybody hears me roar. Now, the last part, those words were extra, right? But you think of the movie you like, right? One of your favorite movies, or think about a drama that you watch. These media forms include background music, right? And again, a soundtrack is simply a list of songs used in the film, video game, or other media. So like I mentioned with The Lion King, there are so many songs from that movie. Can you feel the love tonight? This is one of the songs as well. So a soundtrack is literally a list of songs that were used in a particular film, video game, or other media. All right? Hopefully you enjoyed those songs. So let's check out these example sentences. Here we go. Streaming platforms allow you to listen to movie soundtracks. Again, for example, let's say I go to my phone and I go to my music playing app, my music streaming app, and say, hey, play the soundtrack of The Lion King. All of the songs from The Lion King will show up. Soundtrack. Here's the second example sentence. Creating your own soundtrack for a specific mood can be a fun activity. This is something I actually have, a soundtrack. When I'm driving, I like to kind of dance when I'm driving and I like to sing. It's my own little concert in the car. I have a driving soundtrack. And finally, the soundtrack plays a crucial role or important role in setting the atmosphere of a film. You got it? Excellent. So once again, soundtrack. Great job. All right. Number 2, again, we're talking about music streaming platforms. This is our topic for this week. So I want us now to go to the second word. The second word after me is remix. Very good. Again, remix. Great job. Now, this word literally just means a new version of a song created by using parts of the original and adding new elements. Once again, a new version of a song created by using parts of the original and then adding new elements. So, immediately what came to mind? So growing up, my sister's 5 years older than me. I can remember her coming into my room and saying, Tiff, early in the morning, Tiff, come on, I got a song. Come on, let's go tell mommy and daddy. Let's go show them our song and our performance. So let's say, for example, the original song was Sign Me Up for the Christian Jubilee. Now here's the remix. Sign me up for the Christian Jubilee. So what did I do? I used the same words, but there was beatboxing in the background, right? And it turned into a rap instead of a song. Same part, right? One part of the original and then adding a new element. Now, my sister and I used to do this all the time when we were growing up. So again, the word is remix. You have some parts of the original and then you add some new elements. So let's check out these example sentences. Here's the first example sentence. Streaming platforms often offer different remixes of popular songs. Next, creating your own remix can be a fun way to experiment with music production. And finally, many DJs specialize in playing and creating remixes for live performances. You got it? Excellent. So once again, number 2, we have remix. Very good. And number 1, once again, after me, number 1, soundtrack. Excellent. All right. Now let's move on to number 3. Again, we're speaking about words related to music streaming platforms. You've already heard me talk about how my sister and I used to remix songs and then we performed them for my parents, right? I like the soundtrack of Lion King, right? Now, the third word related to this topic is podcast. Excellent. Again, podcast. Great job. Now, this term podcast, it literally just means a series of spoken word audio episodes available for download or streaming. Now, depending on where you are watching or listening to this episode of Topical English Vocabulary with me, Teacher Tiffani, you might actually already know what a podcast is, because this is a part of my podcast, teaching you vocabulary every Friday, right? Now, remember, the words that I'm teaching you actually come from my newsletter, a free email newsletter that goes out every day from Sunday to Friday, and in each newsletter email, you get 5 new words based on a topic. Today's topic is music streaming platforms. So if you want to get the email, just go to dailyenglishvocabulary.com. So now we have podcast, right? What you're listening to right now, if you're on the audio side, right? If you're on the video side, you're looking at me on YouTube. Hey, you look good. Yes. So we understand what a podcast is. That was a tongue twister. A podcast is. Gotcha. Here we go. Let's check out the example sentences. The first one, music streaming platforms are increasingly offering podcasts alongside music. In the past, music streaming platforms only provided music, but now because podcasts like this one are becoming so popular, they're also adding podcasts with interviews and other things outside of music. Again, because they're becoming popular, they're now alongside music on music streaming platforms. Next, you can find podcasts on a variety of topics, including music interviews and industry insights. And finally, listening to podcasts can be a great way to learn new things and improve your listening comprehension. You got it? Excellent. So again, number 3, podcast. Good job. Number 2, remix. Good. And number 1, soundtrack. Excellent. All right. Now we're moving on to number 4. Again, speaking about music streaming platforms, here's the next vocabulary word you must know. Subscription. Good. Again, subscription. Excellent. Now, this word subscription, it literally just means a regular payment for access to a service. A regular payment for access to a service. In English, we say subscription, right? So I want you to think about Netflix, right? So I told you earlier, my sister and I like to remix different songs, and we go into our parents' room, right? And we sing the songs for them, right? Now, sometimes you might not want a performance from your children. You might want a performance from a Hollywood actor, or you might want a performance from a different type of actor, right? So you'd go to Netflix, a streaming service, not music, but a video streaming service, and you'd have to make sure that your subscription was up to date in order to watch the videos. You need to make sure your monthly payment was being made. subscription. Once again, a regular payment for access to a service. So check out these example sentences, all right? Most music streaming platforms require a subscription. For example, I use Amazon Music. I like it. It's very good. They have a lot of songs. It's very reliable. Next, different subscription tiers offer varying features and benefits. And finally, choose a subscription that best suits your listening habits and budget. You got it? Excellent. So again, number 4, subscription. Good. Number 3, podcast. Excellent. Number 2, remix. Good. And number 1, soundtrack. Excellent. All right. Now let's move on to number 5. Number 5 after me. Playlist. Good. Again, playlist. Great job. Now, playlist, this just refers to a curated list of songs arranged in a specific order. Again, a curated list of songs arranged in a specific order. And again, if you're watching this lesson, you'll be able to see what I'm about to show you. But again, I want you to think about those moments when you are driving in your car and you want to play a specific list of songs that you have actually organized together so that when you're driving, you can have a certain mood. Now, I actually have a playlist that I use when I am driving. Let's see if you can see it right here. And these are some of the songs on my playlist that I like to listen to when I'm driving, right? I like Christian music. I like upbeat Christian music when I'm driving in my car. So I like the Winans. I also enjoy Fred Hammond, Anthony Brown, right? This music helps me as I'm driving. This is a playlist. Again, a curated or created, you've made a selection of songs arranged in a specific order. In English, we call that a playlist. All right? So let's check out these example sentences. Here we go. Platforms offer pre-made and user-created playlists. Next, creating your own playlists allow you to personalize your listening experience. And finally, sharing playlists with friends is a great way to connect over music. You got it? Excellent. So once again, number 5, we have playlists. Great. Now what I want to do is read a paragraph. And this paragraph is also going to be about music streaming platforms and is going to include the 5 English vocabulary words you just learned. Here we go. The vast digital landscape of music streaming platforms has revolutionized how we access and interact with music. Gone are the days of physical media limitations. A single subscription can unlock millions of songs across genres, eras, and languages. Curated playlists offer convenient listening experiences for specific moods or activities, while the freedom to create your own personalized mixes fosters self-expression and exploration. Now, beyond music, some platforms host informative podcasts and artist interviews, offering deeper dives into musical culture and industry insights. Want to unleash your inner DJ? Experiment with creating your own remix of a popular song or rock on to some of the iconic soundtracks of classic movies. Listen, whether you're a casual listener or a dedicated music enthusiast, these platforms offer a wealth of opportunities for discovery, cultural exchange, and even creative expression. I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope this helps you moving forward to speak even more like a native English speaker about this topic. Don't forget to join the free English newsletter. Enroll, sign up, put your email, go to dailyenglishvocabulary.com, and I will send you new vocabulary words for free via email from Sunday to Friday. I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next one. I'll see you then.